Is the world about to step back from the edge of a major conflict? Or are we just witnessing the calm before an even bigger storm? The situation between the United States and Iran has been teetering on a knife's edge for weeks, and now we have a development that could change everything. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and ensures you don't miss our deep dives into the stories that actually matter. For the past several weeks, the headlines have been dominated by heightened military posturing, rising regional instability, and the constant fear of a miscalculation that could draw the United States into a full-scale confrontation. The friction has been relentless, with diplomatic channels appearing increasingly thin. However, behind closed doors, negotiators have been working around the clock to prevent a total breakdown. The news broke just moments ago. U.S. and Iranian negotiators have reached a tentative agreement. This deal represents a potential 60-day ceasefire extension, paired with a commitment to restart long-stalled nuclear talks. It is a fragile bridge built over a very deep canyon of mutual distrust. On the surface, this looks like the victory for diplomacy that many in the international community have been desperately calling for. It promises a cooling-off period, a temporary cessation of the recent military brinkmanship, and, most importantly, a seat back at the table for diplomatic dialogue. But here is where the story shifts from a simple diplomatic update to a high-stakes political gamble. This agreement is not final. It is currently sitting on the desk of President Trump, awaiting his formal approval. This puts the entire burden of this decision squarely on the president's shoulders. The deal is effectively a placeholder, designed to give both nations a chance to breathe, but it requires the total buy-in of the man who has spent years pursuing a policy of maximum pressure against the Iranian regime. What does this mean for the average American and for our standing in the world? If approved, this could signal a massive pivot in the administration's foreign policy approach. It suggests that the White House may be prioritizing stability and the avoidance of a new, costly Middle East conflict over the hardline pressure tactics that have defined recent years. It could provide a massive relief to global oil markets, calm the nerves of our allies in the region, and open a pathway, however narrow, to a lasting resolution on nuclear proliferation. However, the opposition is already forming. Critics of the administration are likely to argue that this ceasefire is nothing more than a tactical retreat that gives Iran more time to reorganize. They will argue that any deal made under the current climate rewards hostile behavior rather than punishing it. On the other side, supporters of the diplomatic route will insist that we are witnessing the triumph of realpolitik, where the president is choosing the safety of American troops and national interests over the unpredictability of war. We are looking at a potential turning point in the Trump presidency's legacy on the world stage. Does he lean into the deal and cement himself as a negotiator? Or does he walk away, signaling that the pressure campaign is far from over? The outcome will ripple through Washington, Tehran, and every capital across Europe. The volatility is real, and the next few hours could dictate the trajectory of our foreign policy for the rest of the year. This is a defining moment for international security, and the uncertainty surrounding the president's reaction is exactly what makes this situation so volatile. The military, the intelligence community, and the global diplomatic corps are all holding their breath, waiting to see if this tentative agreement will survive the political firestorm that is sure to follow. So what do you think about this? Is a 60-day ceasefire just a delay of the inevitable, or is it the only way to avoid a catastrophic war? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one, and I want to know where you stand on the president's next move. This is a developing story, and we will be here tracking every update as the president makes his final decision. The stakes are as high as they get, and we are going to make sure you have the facts as they unfold. Stay tuned, stay informed, and we will see you in the next one.